Today I'm finally sharing the cool tool I've been dying to share with you for over a month. If you follow along with me, a couple New Year's Day days ago, I had vowed to clean my studio and organize, and honestly I have a very hard time keeping up with that because I have so many projects going at the same time, and one of my biggest mess makers is all of my paper patterns. And I made these vinyl covers to organize them. I'm going to put a link in the description below for you to check that out. But I was using them and they were storing my patterns pretty nicely, but I hadn't come up with a solution for what to do with them in these vinyl covers. So then I was on Instagram and I saw that SewTites made a quilt hanging system. And I thought to myself, if this SewTites quilt hanging system can handle, a front batting and a backing, then it certainly could handle my vinyl covers for my patterns. So I ordered a set of their quilt hanging system, and instead of flipping over to my table or work surface to show you what I have today, check out this view. This is the wall in the corner by my door, and you can see I've set up 2 metal strips, and you can see the big gray SewTite magnets. And basically, installation is so easy. I mean, it wasn't easy for me because first I had to fill the holes from the screws I took out when I removed my cork boards. Then I had to use some joint compound to fill in the holes and to sand it and to get it in a better condition. And then I had to convince my husband to actually drill holes. We have plaster walls and it's just a pain in the butt to do that. But you can see each strip is held by 3 screws. And if you notice, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, you can see that there are horizontal openings for those screws. So if you don't get them exactly on point horizontally, you can still get that in there. So I appreciated having a little wiggle room horizontally to put my screws. My guess too is if I loosen the screws, I could slide the strips left or right if I needed to make a minor adjustment on how they were positioned on the wall. The set comes with 4 of these metal pieces that get mounted on the wall and 6 super strong SewTite magnets. So basically what I did was I got it set up yesterday, and then I went through all of my patterns and I actually weeded out a bunch that I really wasn't going to use again, or it was just an old version and I had backup versions. So I was feeling pretty happy with myself that I actually organized my patterns. But I'm going to go over there now and I'm going to show you how strong these magnets are and how you can use them to organize your patterns. One of the things I like about this way of organizing patterns, you don't have to poke holes or punch holes or create any sort of damage to your paper pattern. Now, I know that you can buy a hole punch for your oak tag pattern pieces. You can hang them on pattern hooks. That is a great way to do it. But if you're working in paper and you're hanging your patterns from hooks and they're not against something flat, what happens is they start to curl and get all yucky. So that's why I made the vinyl bags. So I'm going to go over now and I'm going to show you how I'm going to organize my vinyl bags. And then I'm going to pan over to the other set of strips I have on the joining wall on the other side of my door. And I'm going to show you how I set up those strips with pattern pieces using the magnets. So you can see, here are the strips. They really went up in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to slide these off. It's easier if you don't try to pull them off the metal. It's very hard. You can simply slide them off the metal. They come off very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now the first thing I want to show you is I have one of my vinyl bags. Here it is, right? I am going to put it on sideways like this, and I'm going to use two of the magnets to hold it. Okay, so you can see that has quite a few patterns in it. It's got the vinyl bag holding everything nice and flat, and that works really, really well. So I'm going to do this one horizontally, and then my favorite bag is my pants bag. So you can see here it is. So what I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to use one of my extra SewTites here, one of the magnums, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick that on as well. So you can see with these 4 SewTite magnets, it's holding down all of this paper, and I could not be happier because when my door is opened, see, they'll stay neatly behind there. All right, so you can see that this really, I can even pull on it a little bit. They're not going anywhere. This is really exciting for me. And then let's say, and this is where I really get myself jammed up with my messes. Let's say I'm working on a new thing and I just want to put it away to look at it in a day or two. I can take, one of my patterns, like this one, for example, and I can just stick it, right there. And then it will stay put, and I'll see it, and I'll know where it is. It's off the ground, and it's super organized. Let me show you the other half of the SewTites quilt hanging system that I put on my other wall. Okay, so you can see here, I have the 2 strips, and if I take this one off, okay, you can see I've got the 2 strips. I've got my skirts here, my tank tops and my shorts here, and the dress I worked on for Mother's Day over here. And these are all my yoga pants things. So you can see they're very easy to keep organized. And I just love the fact that they're off the ground. They're nice and flat. I can use it with or without my vinyl covers. So I'm really, really happy with this SewTites quilt hanging system. So I think it should also be called SewTites pattern hanging system. All right, so I think you can see why I'm so excited about this SewTites quilt hanging system for garment sewers to organize their patterns. I love it. And going forward, I might buy another set to make more places for me to store patterns because I really love this. I put a link in the description below. If you use my affiliate link to SewTites, you get 15% off your entire purchase. So take advantage of that if you're interested in checking these things out. If you are enjoying my content, consider liking and subscribing to my channel because it helps me grow. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.